Hey, it's Joel here with a really short lockdown life lesson for today. Yesterday I talked about how a lot of places around the world had reached this peak, how we seem like we're passing kind of the uphill bit and we're now starting on the downhill of this coronavirus pandemic journey that we're on. And I also talked about how that downhill bit can sometimes be more difficult than the uphill. What I want to talk about today, though, is just a really brief question. What have you learned during this time? This sort of retrospective looking back. And I don't mean what have we learned in terms of like how to love one another, don't take things for granted, but what practical skills, what are the nuts and bolts, the nitty gritty things that you've learned in this time? For example, for me, I've learned probably 500 words in Greek. I can't string together a sentence yet very well, but I have a growing vocabulary, and I've learned a lot of Greek while I'm here. That's a skill that is growing and coming in handy every day. I've also learned how to teach online, how to use things like Zoom, and how to better use Google Classroom, and to better organize my objectives and the way that I communicate with my students. And I've also learned how to make videos like this, how to craft my message and how to get it out there rather than just having sort of a brief update to my family, which these originated as. So those are three things that I've practically learned. And I'm curious to know, what have you learned? What skills have you picked up that you hope to carry forward into the future from this? Leave a note in the comments below or drop me a DM and let me know what is it that you've learned. I'd love to hear what you've been learning and how you've grown and what you hope to take forward into the future from this. We're on the downhill bit, it feels. But let's think about where we go after we get off the mountain. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.